Hey there troopers, this is Random Game Channel with some more gameplay tips for Starship Troopers Extermination. Alright, so this one, I'm going to be talking about XP again. We're going to briefly go over my Starship Troopers Extermination XP guide, which I talked about in a previous video. I'll try to link the video for that in the description of this one so that you can check it out. Hopefully I remember that though. I got a lot of stuff bouncing in my head. It's hard to remember things. But I'll try to put it in there. So we'll do kind of like a brief overview of that. And then I kind of want to go over some small tips that I think can be helpful if you are concentrating on weapon XP or just class XP, but they go hand in hand together. So I try to create a little bit of small tips for each I guess you could say class. I kind of lump them together into pairs. But first, before we go into these smaller details here, let's just kind of talk about, you know, the XP guide again, because, you know, this is for new people to the channel, or, you know, people who haven't seen this in a while, might have forgotten a few things here and there. That's completely okay. This is, you know, what this video is here to try to do is like, get everybody on the same page. Okay. So we'll just go through this through each tab. I know this is janky as hell, but if you've been sticking with me for a while, you know I'm all about janky. Nothing real flashy or fancy here. Okay. So melee arachnids. I kind of broke this down into melee and ranged, and I gave a XP value for each one. So for every single drone you kill, you get 1 XP. Regular warrior, you get 5. Fire and frost warrior, you get 6. Killing a tiger, you get 35. A royal guard nets you 200. In a tiger, you get 400 XP just for killing it. That's a lot. Now for the ranged arachnids, the gunner you get 10, but you also get 10 for the bombardier. Oops, I spelled that wrong. Didn't even catch that to know. And then the next one is grenadier, you get 70. Inferno, you get 70. So these bugs will get you a lot of stuff, but we'll go into further tips on how to get the most bang for your buck in your time when you're grinding later in this video. For the game modes, there's a lot of stuff that you can do if it's available as an objective. First, we're just going to start off with Advanced and Secure, or AAS. So if you're able to successfully complete this game mode, you get 150 for it. Now you also get some like difficulty, you get different XP for depending on how or what difficulty you complete it on. So for example, easy you get 150, normal 200, hard is 350. And then for each trooper that successfully extracts on Vulture 1, the dropship, you get 25 per trooper. So it kind of incentivizes, you know, you to help the team, you know, pick each other up to get to the dropship, because, you know, more people that get out together, you get all more XP, right? Well, I'm not good at math, but let me do this on the calculator here. So it's like what, 16 people in a game, right? If I remember that correctly. 16 times 25, that's 400 XP. Together as a group, everybody is worth 1 tanker kill. How crazy is that, right? Next one is Hive Hunt. You complete it, 50 XP. Normal difficulty, 200. Now, I need to add a note here because let's move this down. Because now they implemented hard difficulty, which I didn't think of adding in here. Let's see. Need to add to this sheet. Okay, I'm even gonna highlight these cells in a color so I can remember. Before, when I originally created this doc or the sheet a long time ago, there wasn't hard difficulty available, but now there is. So I need to go back and do that. Moving on though, for each egg that you destroy, that's 2 XP. So depending on how thorough or quick you want to be, for me on average, I usually got around to like 100 to maybe 200 eggs destroyed. So those ones you gotta like actually shoot at, not like how the demo charge and the hive actually explode them, because I don't think that'll count. So let's take the bare minimum amount that I usually get, 100. 100 eggs times 2, that's 200 XP. Let's see, what's 200 XP equivalent to? A Royal Guard. Okay, and each core that you or each area that you go into that has a core, I'm pretty sure there's always going to be at least 1 Royal Guard. So that's going to be like another 200 for each location you visit in Hive Hunt. So hive core destroyed, there's 5 cores in each game or in each match, 50 XP per, so you can kind of see you can get a bit of XP here for Hive Hunt. And again, for extracting 25 per trooper, there's only 4, well currently there's only a limit of 4, so not as much of a yield on other game modes, but still worthwhile to pick each other up. Alright, go into Horde mode. Completing on easy difficulty, that's 200 XP. On normal, 500. Hard, it's 800. For each wave that you destroy, or survive, 50 XP. Now at the end of the game, if you're able to defeat wave 10, there's only 10 waves, you get another 200 XP. Trooper extracted, same thing. This is going to be the same thing throughout each game mode. That's miscellaneous. So 25 per trooper that'll extract through Vulture 1. Okay. Miscellaneous objectives. Side objectives, 50 XP. So what's this? Oh yeah, I still couldn't figure out, I haven't really been paying attention. Like this could be for things like destroying a patrol or things like that. Next one is repair generators. That's 150 when you repair generators. The capture beacon. This is, you can consider this one as like holding a point on the field. That's 150. Destroying a hive core, that's 150. So hive cores, I think, usually just show up in arc mode. You're not going to get this in Horde. Pretty sure you're not going to get this in Advanced and Secure. So this is specifically Yeah, this is specifically for Arc. Dropship. That will yield you 100 if you can successfully capture it. This one, I'm just going to update this to just say Arc mode. Oops. Just say secure the drop ship in Arc mode. So I'm pretty sure you're not going to see this in advanced and secure. Oh, there goes my throat again. It's I swear to God, every time I talk. Sorry about that. I need some water. Okay. I can somewhat breathe again. Tear down. You're gonna get 100 XP for that. Successfully tear down all structures within the specified location. I'm pretty sure that's only in Arc. I haven't seen it pop up in any other game mode. And I might as well just put this here. Here we go. Highlight this in not green or red. See that color okay? About this blue. And we'll say this cell as a legend. This means, oops, I don't wanna, there you go. Darn it. It keeps thinking it's a formula. Well, here's the legend. Blue equals only available in Arc mode. Okay. Expand the cell a little bit. Or maybe not. I can wrap. Alright. So if you get the escort specialist escort, captive squad, pin squad, they're all going to be 100 each if you successfully guard the escort and liberate the squads. You get AI troopers as a bonus. Next one is high value targets exterminated. Finish a game and kill tigers, grenadiers, royal guards, pretty much any elite bug that isn't a drone or a warrior. I actually think this one is available on all game modes. Rescued AI troopers. You get 100 XP per extracted AI trooper, and I don't think extracted at the end of the game, but like successfully, I guess you could just say rescued an AI trooper. How different that is from these two, I don't know, because in all my times I've been playing since these went live, I never had an opportunity to go and help out AI troopers, because I'm usually either healing and reviving someone or I'm gathering ore and gas. So this is not my top priority when I play Arc. Next one on the miscellaneous objectives is defeating a tanker. You get 600 XP for it. So yeah. So that's all there is for the game modes. Well, what about the troopers? Okay, so we'll just run through it. Using a speed stem on an ally, you get 5. Resupplying an ally, you get 5. So this is when you deploy a Speed stim fabricator, first aid fabricator, ammo fabricator. Anytime anyone pulls those stims and ammo from there, you're gonna get 5 XP. Very nice. Incentivizes you to support the teams that give you the XP. Not a lot, but you know, over time it stacks up and you get quite a good amount of XP over time. Heal ally, that's 5 per ally. So healing through first aid stim or the stim dart pistol. Heal ally, but with a heal beacon, 5 XP for every 5 heal ticks. Revive a ally, you get 10 per trooper. Rearming a turret, 5 XP per rearm. So this is on a Toon MG turret. I need to double check if this is still true, but if you rearm, or I should say reload a sentry turret, this is the autonomous one that shoots by itself, that's 10 XP per reload. Every time you repair something and that progress wheel, you know, moves up, it's 4 XP per repair. Structure built, you get 10 XP per structure that you place that was successfully built by you or another trooper. So let's talk about this real quick. You can place a ton of structures, and as long as it's built by somebody, you're gonna get the 10 XP. So that's kind of cool. Scan pulse, 2 XP per 5 scan enemies. Same thing for the scan grenade. Supporting. So this one is if you are the engineer and you have reinforced repairs, which is a perk they have. You use the build tool and you can add an extra layer of durability to structures. You get 1 XP. The other one is Refined, another engineer-only perk. Use your build tool to speed up resource extraction on ore and gas. So if you're on PC, just walk up to the refinery, hold down the left mouse button, and you get XP. Now, if you're on consoles, you're going to need to whip out the build tool just like you would normally do for any system that you play on. But for that, you're probably going to need to use the right trigger. But please double check your game settings. I don't use the controllers all too much. The only ones I have is that Xbox one. But I'm pretty sure it's the right trigger. Pay respects, 5 XP per respect you pay to a downed or a dead trooper, one that can't be revived anymore. Important to do so you can get the achievement where you paid respects to like 5 or 6 troopers. Now this other one here, weapon XP, this is important, okay? This is based on your combat score. You'll see this when your score is being tallied at the end of the match. On the right hand side, you'll see something called combat score. That's going to be the amount of XP that you can get from killing the bugs. And it only comes from the bugs. What does this mean? That XP that you get from the bugs that you kill is going to be applied to the weapons that you use to kill them with. So for example, let's say I killed 100 drones with the Merida Hawkeye, right? That means I'm going to get 100 XP added to using the Merida Hawkeye. What's the difference between gaining XP from the bugs and the objectives? Is that bug killed XP, or back up, the XP you get from bugs is only going to count, not only how can I explain it? You basically get XP for your weapon by killing bugs. I think that's the best way to put it. Completing objectives and stuff from this list here isn't going to add XP onto your weapons. So that's a really important thing to keep in mind here. Okay, because that's the only way you're going to level up your weapons, not through the objectives. Alright. So that was kind of a long overview, but I think we kind of just need to talk about that stuff because what we're going to talk about here will kind of build on top of that, right? So feel free to skip over that section if you want to. I'll try to remember to add a timestamp into the video. Alright, so if you're interested in trying to gain as much XP as possible, just to level up, get through the ranks, right? Then you kind of want to do a combination of everything in these 3 tabs. Basically, just play the game as intended, right? But let's go over like game modes. If you're interested in gaining the most amount of XP possible in a short amount of time, then you're probably going to want to look into Hive Hunt. Why Hive Hunt? It's a really quick game mode, maybe 15 minutes tops, depending on like how fast your team is progressing through each stage of the Hive Hunt. It's also good for harvesting XP from the eggs, because there's going to be a ton of them in each core zone. So if you want to go harvest XP from Hive Hunt, this is the way to do it. It's quick and fast. Okay. Next one is going to be Horde mode, because for Horde mode, you don't have to travel nowhere. The bugs will come to you because you're building a base. Alright. And it's 10 waves, progressively getting more difficult in each wave. And you can get yourself a lot of XP here just by killing the bugs. Sure, you get side objectives, but usually it's like super far away from the base and you're probably not going to survive. So if you do go get those side objectives, just know that you probably are not going to succeed, because it's going to be happening during a wave, most likely, and you're just going to be overwhelmed and you're going to get crunched. And when you get crunched, it's going to be really hard to revive you because you're most likely going to be far away from the base. So you're going to be down, you're going to be out, and you're going to be missing out on XP. So I recommend just forgetting about the side objectives. If you have a good dedicated team to help you out, then you might want to consider doing them. But this is a great mode, roughly 30 to 45 minutes max. Next one is going to be this was kind of a toss-up between these two, but I like Advanced and Secure because it goes a lot faster than Arc. Advanced and Secure, you're going to be moving around a lot in an open field because you're advancing and securing dirt for the Federation. Right, the name kind of makes sense, right? You're going out and about and you're getting stuff done. And then at the end you get to build a base, like similar to Horde, and you survive, then you extract. Game mode's pretty quick, maybe 20-30 minutes tops. If things get really crazy, get bogged down, maybe 40 minutes. Arc mode. This one, the game mode can take super long, 45 plus minutes. Depends if people are goofing around, if they're not getting the objectives done. You know, it can take a long time to get the game completed because you only get XP if you complete the game. If you get too tired and you quit the game, you're not going to get no XP. That's why I don't recommend Arc, because sometimes people do just goof around and they don't get nothing done, and that can be frustrating. Or they could just be goofing around and then just have everyone die because everyone's just goofing around. Okay, and you're gonna probably be sitting there 20-30 minutes not doing much, and you get a low amount of XP compared to if you go into these other game modes. Now, with that being said, Arc can go on for a long time, right? And that gives you more time to go do objectives, kill more bugs, but sometimes that don't always work out, right? Because sometimes you'll run into them occasionally. People are just goofing around. They're not doing their job, right? You don't do your job, you don't get the XP, and then it's wasting your time, right? Time is important. Because it's one resource that will never get back, no matter how much money you have. Wow, that was deep. Okay. What else? However, if you're interested in just getting big old amounts of XP for your weapons, then check this out, okay? Alright. So if you're interested in getting weapon XP and you don't care about objectives, you should still care about them, but strictly in this very narrow lens that we're putting on right now, if you just want to concentrate on a weapon, right? Here's some tips. Alright, so depending on your class and all that, and the weapons, whatnot that you're using, these might be a little bit easier to do than with others. So these are just my thoughts and opinions. I could be wrong. Other people could have better ideas, but this is what I got. Warriors. There's going to be a shit ton of these. So, same thing with Fire and Frostware, depending on the map you're going to. But there's going to be a shit ton of these. These are going to be super easy to kill. There's going to be a ton of them. So, this would be a great thing to go and harvest XP from. Okay. Now, on the other hand, if you're into big game hunting, why not go after the Tigers and the Royal Guards? Now, the Royal Guards aren't always going to pop up in each map or each game that you plan, depending on the mode. So you might not be able to get too many kills on these. But the Tigers, there's usually a bunch of Tigers, even without the Tiger Mutator on. 35 XP per. That's a lot. Compared to just one warrior slash fire frost. They do take longer to kill, but you get more XP, right? Because they're tougher. Let's take, for example, 10 tigers times by 35. That's 350 XP. That's almost as much as a tanker. Okay. So if you're into big game hunting, for example, like if you're the ranger or the sniper, you got the equipment and the utilities to go after these bigger, badder bugs, as you should, because you'll have the stuff to reach out to these bugs from a greater distance than the other troopers. Alright. For example, Ranger, I believe you get the slug shotgun. That thing can shoot quite a distance. And if you're nimble enough with your keyboard slash controller dexterity, you could jump in and out with your boost jets, or jet boosters, whatever the hell you want to call them. Stick them with a high X grenade. As long as you stick them with it, meaning you throw the grenade directly on their body anywhere, or you throw it on the ground close enough to them, one hit KO. That's 35 XP. Right. High X grenade is available to both the ranger and the sniper. Pretty sure about that. So there you go. Other things that you can concentrate on that are worth a lot of XP compared to the warriors are gunners. There's always going to be a lot of gunners, no matter what map you play on. If you can, you know, and you're the only one, that's going to be a lot of XP. Sometimes in a match, I kill upwards of like 20 to 40 of these things. That's a lot of XP, right? So that's another thing that you can go after. Bombardiers, they're not always going to be there in big groups, so it's kind of like a bonus. Now, another thing that you can concentrate on to get large burst amounts of XP are Grenadiers on Infernos. And it's a good thing to go after them too, because they're pretty deadly to you and the base. But if you can kill them, you know, that's 70 XP, man. Sure, they're harder to kill. They got some of the higher health compared to the other ones, but yo, like 70 XP, do you want to pass up on that opportunity? That's a lot. Alright. Oh yeah, please excuse my notes. I'm just leaving it there so I can remember. I originally had these numbers flip-flopped around, so don't mind. Just concentrate on looking at that. I'll try to include this link in the video, then you can view it at your leisure. So those are kind of small tips that I can give you about the bugs. Of course, in each map, or not map, but each match that you go into, it's always going to be a mix of everything together. Not always a tanker, because that's a mutator. But if you were to want to only concentrate on a particular bug, those are the kind of things I'd go after. Right? So yeah, hopefully that helps you out. Okay, tips for each individual class and how they should approach weapon and class XP farming. Alright. So I kind of just, you know, kind of clumped them together here, because I think they kind of operate similarly to each other. Demo and the Guardian, or I should say the Demolisher. Tap that in here. The Demolisher and the Guardian. So with these two classes, they like going after large mobs of bugs. Okay. So try to place yourself in a situation where you can fire upon a large group of bugs. They're great at crowd control, right? CNC crowd control. The Demolisher can hit a lot of bugs at once with the demo charges, the nuke, grenade launcher, heck, even the grenades that they can throw by hand, and their class ability. They can excel at demolishing, part of the name, large groups of bugs. The Guardian can kind of do that too. They can draw aggro to themselves with a pheromone perk. They have access to a deployable turret. What else? The saw, the first weapon, the machine gun that they get by default level 1. Great for controlling the battlefield. You kind of slow the bugs down that are advancing in the line. You get a ton of ammo per magazine. And these two classes can kind of control and shape the battlefield. Stick them in wherever the kill zone is, or wherever someone's throwing a lure grenade from a Demolisher. Just have them stick in those locations and you'll get a ton of XP. Alright. But what about the Ranger and the Sniper? Okay, so this one I kind of hinted at earlier. Big game hunting. What do I mean by that? Let's do a recap. Basically anything from the ranged arachnids section here except bombardiers. You're gonna have a hard time shooting them with a sniper rifle and the Hawkeye because they're just so small. But also Tiger, Royal Guard, and the Tanker. That's kind of your job anyways, is to smash and demolish those larger and more deadlier bugs. I would concentrate on these ones first, the ranged ones, because the other troopers aren't going to have enough firepower to punch through their armor and destroy them at range. And then from there, if these things are all dead, then you can move on to the Tigers, Royal Guards. Okay. Why these? Because again, the other troopers aren't going to have the equipment to deal with them at extremely range. For example, gunners, grenadiers, infernos, those are usually going to be super far from the troopers. Good luck trying to kill that thing with a Merida assault rifle. It's not really going to happen. You're going to have to dump probably your whole ammo reserves on it. Whereas like a ranger and sniper, they can kind of take care of that a little bit more easily. My god, my phone is blowing up here. What are all these messages? Have to check them later. Alright, what about the medic and the engineer? People are always saying the engineer is super squishy. Damn right they are. They have nothing to defend themselves or aid them in their survival, except for building walls and stuff. I should say short walls and other smaller structures out in the field. So for these two classes, the medic and engineer, I just suggest probing the enemy formation. Don't get too close, but don't be too far. Just be within range where you kind of spray the bugs with your bullets, and you don't even have to kill them. As long as someone else on the team of 16 players lands the killing blow, you're gonna get the XP. Full XP, mind you. No assist, blah blah thing from like Call of Duty. That's not this kind of game. Kill stealing's perfectly fine here. So just use your utilities and perks, gain XP that way. Medic, you can use first aid stim dart, first aid stims, heal and revive people. Engineers, you can build small structures out in the field. If you have the right perks like refined and reinforce, you can get a couple more XP that way. It's small, but it stacks up over time. And I'm pretty sure the engineer has access to the shock grenade. and the chem grenade. So the mag definitely has a shock, they definitely have the chem. But if you use these and you want to like get bang for your buck, right? Save it for when there's like a large group of bugs. Usually a great place to use on is like if bugs are being lured into a kill zone, or you see them spawning in one spot all the time, chuck those shock and chem grenades at them and you'll definitely see the XP tracker go up a lot. It's gonna go crazy. You're gonna like it. However, for the engineer, they're the only ones that have the napalm grenade. I think maybe someone else does. I can't remember. Like, I can't remember if the engineer does have napalm grenade. They probably don't. Double check this on your end, because I can't remember, even though I've played it a bunch. It might actually just be on the Demolisher, but this is a great grenade if you want to cover the area in flames, and you get a lot of XP that way. Just keep in mind though, the fire is going to obscure line of sight very, very severely. And it's not nice if you throw it on top of another trooper because they ain't gonna see nothing. Then you're probably gonna get them killed. So don't be a poor teammate like that. That's happened to me plenty of times, and I've died plenty of times. And one time on X11 in the pit, I didn't know the pit was right there, and I jumped into it because someone threw a napalm grenade right in my face that I couldn't see. Whoop-de-doo. Spray and gain method. Similar to spray and pray. But if it's something you never heard of, what spray and pray is basically you take your weapon, you shoot it a bunch all over the place without even really aiming. So spray and pray, just move your cursor around like this, shooting and praying that it hits something. But I call it spray and gain method because, like I mentioned earlier, as long as you hit the bug a little bit, someone else lands a killing blow, you're going to get full XP. That person's going to get full XP too. So, kill stealing is A-OK on this game. I've heard people complain like, oh, why you still kill my bug? Don't worry about it. You're going to get full XP. They're going to get full XP. Everybody wins except the bug. Alright? So, yeah. Okay. So that one was kind of minor, small thing, but I just kind of want to reinforce that concept. It's okay to kill steal. This isn't like most other games. This is why it's cool like that. Alright. So, play solo tutorial missions. You do get a ton of class XP the first few times you play it in its entirety, but after that I hear it gives you very little or none at all afterwards. But good, burst them out if you're trying to get through for the first time to get to rank 100. I also recently watched someone called Night Index play this, and I was watching their stream, and they did confirm that the solo tutorial mission does give you weapon XP now, which kind of makes sense. I remember seeing that somewhere in the patch note, but I could be wrong. But it was proof. I saw it on their stream that they got weapon XP. So we can probably do a quick recording of that, just to show. Try to show that. If it doesn't work out, you can try testing out yourself. But the next one here is try to spot where bugs are coming in from and spray them with your weapons. Again, that's kind of pointing back to the spray and gain method. Alright. Okay. I'm gonna try to fire up a solo tutorial mission here. So if you will excuse me for just a moment, I'm gonna try to fire it up and get that going, and I'll attach the gameplay footage hopefully to this. See you in just a second. Alright, troopers, so I just wanted to show you that I still had some leveling up to do still on the SMG. I have about, what, 5,000 XP to go to max level this thing. So I'm at 19,054. And we're going to test this out. I want to field test this myself instead of, doing a second-hand report for you guys. I'm always about testing things myself.
Trooper, welcome to the SOG. There's only one. What is the
Let's get through this.
Now, I need you ready at a moment.
Before we get any further, if you haven't played the tutorial missions yet, I strongly recommend it. Not only for like the XP and stuff.
Contact you. Time to test your metal, Trooper.
Okay.
Clearing on Valaka, and the Federation needs ore to feed the fires of this war. Get there on the bounce.
Okay. Sorry, I was getting distracted by Casper speaking here for his character. Great voice acting. I just need to finish it so I can speak in peace. What was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if you haven't played this solo tutorial missions, I'd strongly recommend it because you get a ton of XP. It's a great way to kind of introduce the players to doing some of the objectives. It doesn't show you everything, but it kind of gets the basics, right? How to get ore, how to get gas, where to deliver that stuff. Kind of softly introducing you to drones, warriors, frost warriors, I think, tigers, infernos, but I think that's it, and royal guards. And it goes into details about kind of like how to play hive mode, because I don't know if like a lot of people play that mode a lot, but it's a great introduction to it. I initially didn't like hive mode, but after playing the entire tutorial mission, I kind of fell in love with it. So I think it did its job. So, give it a shot, alright? Try it at least once before you say you dislike it. Another thing, quick random tip, I believe you can adjust their loadout. I don't know how it unlocks, because originally when I played this, well, the first time, which you can, see for yourself in my playlist for it, this was originally locked, but then over time I was able to add stuff in. So let's give Jensen the E-Pulse, the Ranger, give him a shotgun slug, let's leave Moose with the grenade launcher. Alright. You can also adjust your stuff here, but I'm just going to stick with the SMG because that's what I want to test. 19,056 was what we currently have for XP. Get some water. My god, my throat's like so just dead right now. I can't really speak much longer after this. Alright. Let's turn this on. Let's do the usual setup.
Squad, let's make our first mission a clean one.
You usually want to open this up because you're probably going to get a heal beacon.
Payload is on the ground.
There's going to be MI caches hidden throughout each stage. So if you want to, you can go and find them. They'll sometimes give you interesting weapons that you can try out. worth going after.
Reloading.
That is where we are going, boys and
I
girls.
don't hear them. You know they are on tutorial missions. They're still deadly. Never underestimate your foe. I do have the XP tracker on, but for some reason they disable the XP tracker in the solo tutorial missions.
Push up.
At least pinging still works in here. What's the use in that though? They're just AI. I think there should be a cache around here somewhere. There we go. Get the auto shotty. The SMG you want to do controlled bursts. You want to do full auto because you're just going to waste all your ammo.
Not in the mood for this shit.
Remember, squad, stick together, watch each other's backs, and let's
We want
show
to get this
what we're made
ammo.
of.
Copy.
Alright, let's take him out. Okay. Wow. They're actually kind of useful now. They used to not have really great aiming, like, capabilities, but they're killing them faster than I can.
That was good work, squad.
Copy that. Squad leader.
Alright. I think the bug's health is like on easy or normal difficulty, so they're going to be dying a little bit easier than like hard. You're used to that. Moment of truth. Darn. Okay, it didn't really show. I got 250 XP. Okay. Well, let's see. Let's see if that was indeed
Great work
correct.
on that last mission.
Because I couldn't quite see. The screen was very small. Yeah. Look at that. That was 1956. And we got up to 114 now. Which I think makes sense. I didn't kill a bunch of warriors, but I did kill a bunch of drones, so majority of the XP came from drones, so I think that kind of matches what we saw here. So you're not always going to be fighting drones and stuff. You will get the opportunity to fight warriors a little bit more often. But this is a great kind of alternative way to get some XP for your weapons if you're kind of bored with the other methods and stuff. Okay. So that's evidence right there that the solo tutorial missions can now give you weapon XP. Alright. Still got a long way to max level this thing for something I don't really enjoy playing. But I kind of want to do it to just complete it. Hopefully that helps you out, okay? Hopefully you find the best method that works for you. And yeah, you enjoy your time with it. That's it for me now, folks. Thanks for tuning in. Appreciate everyone's time that they spend watching this. leave this video with a like if you can, and putting out a comment on it as well. I do appreciate everyone's support that does do that. But most importantly, I do appreciate it if you can subscribe to my channel. It'll help with the algorithm and stuff, helping me monetize, because if you don't know, it's 1,000 subs to start getting a little bit of money from, like, you know, hobby, and that would be great if that would happen. So spread awareness, share my channel, share my videos with your friends, your gaming friends, and yeah, every little bit will help me. I appreciate it. And you know, have a good day, evening, wherever you are. Hope you're staying safe and healthy, and I'll see you next time, troopers.